Hello, Vincent. Sierra Leone was recently declared Ebola-free, another major milestone in the fight against the epidemic that has claimed the lives of over 11,000 people in the West African countries of Liberia, Guinea, and Sierra Leone. VOA's Jackson Vunganyi was recently in Sierra Leone and visited a school in Freetown that was used as an Ebola treatment center.
Leone, it is estimated that the Ebola epidemic killed over 3,500 people and polarized all aspects of life in this country of 6 million people. The government ordered schools to be closed to stem the infection. In the center of Freetown is one of the top high schools in the country. In the center of Freetown is one of the top science high schools in the country. Built over 70 years ago, Prince of Wales School is named after Britain's Prince Charles. The government converted a number of schools into holding centers for Ebola treatment. Prince of Wales was one of those schools. The field where they play cricket, football and other games was converted into a treatment center, complete with a morgue.
We're having a morgue.
Samuel Freeman heads the school's Old Students Association. He also served as the liaison officer between the school and the MSF at the Ebola Treatment Center.
They approached the school's authority to have the school as an Ebola treatment center, of which the request was made through the government of Sierra Leone. And Prince of Wales School being one of the leading government school, I think that we have no option but to give the school up.
Well, what are some of the leftover effects of you having hosted an Ebola treatment center here? What would you see as some of those residual effects?
I think that there are no effects or damages done.
Records show that the Ebola treatment center at the Prince Wales School admitted a little over 250 patients, of which 50 are said to have survived. Freeman says that before MSF handed back the school fields, it made sure that they were safe for the students who were about to return.
The entire field was fumigated and the soil again was tested, it was retested. In fact, it was retested 3 times to see that it is Ebola-free, of which we are happy as a school.
Transforming a school into an Ebola treatment center is not an easy task. It takes a bit of convincing, and many students and school administrators were nervous about having the school grounds used to treat Ebola patients. Samuel Freeman had his reservations too, but he's proud of the role his school played in the larger fight against the epidemic.
Actually, everybody was very apprehensive, even for me. The morning I got the news that Prince of Wales School will be used as an Ebola center, I was very frightened. But as I always say, we are very happy to serve humanity. And I think that the contribution by Prince of Wales School made it very, very possible for Ebola to come to an end in Freetown and Sierra Leone, as we can see now.
What are some of the lessons that you learned about this from dealing with this?
Well, I think that one of the things we've already learned is this body touching.
Don't touch bodies.
Don't touch bodies.
No. Well, what are some of the memories for you, like personal memories during the heat of it?
Well, as I made mention, I worked with MSF throughout thick and thin, and I saw it all. It is not for me to go back to those dark days, because seeing somebody with blood oozing from his nose and the rest of it.
So you saw some gruesome, horrific
so it's
images.
very, very horrific. To be honest, that's my first time of seeing people passing off in such a way.
Dying.
Yes.
So just dying off.
Yes. You know, whenever in fact I'm close to this area, especially where we are now, the morgue.
This was the morgue, right?
This was the morgue. I always go back to the memory of those days.
Wow. Now, Leone, Mr. Freeman told me that there were rumors that some barriers took place on the school grounds, which he dismissed as not true. Overall, the students were happy to be back in school and hope that the time off will not affect their academics.
And that was some great reporting, Jackson.
Thanks.
So tell us, were the classrooms actually used for treatment center as well?
Absolutely not. Only the field where they play soccer, the field that we saw in in the package were used as a treatment center. That's where the MSF set up their Ebola treatment center.
And you said in the story that it was disinfected.
Right, 4 times.
4 times. And the classrooms as well?
Yes, absolutely. Well, the classes were never used for testing or for treatment, but they did disinfect them at some point too.
Were the kids skeptical about going back to school?
There were rumors in the neighborhood that obviously some of those children live in the neighborhood too, that the classes were used for testing, and so they were fearful when they first started school, and so there was concern among them that they could have contracted Ebola if they used the classrooms.
So, okay, thank you, Jackson, for the reporting. And that's our Africa Health Report for today. Vince.